All right, so you're about to walk into this meeting, right? And the topic is like the future of shipping,
Right.
logistics, all that. You want to sound like you're in the know, like really in the know. Well, today's deep dive, that's your secret weapon. We're going deep on how the Internet of Things, IoT, is
Mhm.
going to completely change shipping. And I'm not talking like small tweaks, it's like revolution stuff, self-driving ships, tracking that'll make Amazon jealous, even helping the environment. Big stuff. We've got tons of research, but don't worry, we're going to boil it down. By the end of this, you'll be the star of that meeting. Guaranteed.
You hit the nail on the head when you said revolution, because most people, when they hear IoT and shipping in the same sentence, they picture what a little GPS tracker stuck on a container, right?
Yeah.
But that's like the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
What we're talking about is way bigger. Think of it as this web of devices, sensors, systems, all talking to each other constantly throughout the entire journey from start to finish. You get the engine room on a giant cargo ship talking to the containers, which are sending updates to the ports,
Yeah.
all in real time. It's like giving these ships a whole new level of awareness.
Yeah, okay. That's way cooler than just a little tracker. But let's get into specifics, yeah. Because our research turned up some stuff that is straight up mind-blowing. Like, for example, predictive maintenance. Can you believe they have sensors now that can tell when a ship's engine needs a tune-up before it even breaks down?
Yeah.
Out in the middle of the ocean.
It's wild, isn't it? But it's not magic, though it might seem that way. We're talking sensors that are so precise, they pick up on the tiniest things, like tiny vibrations or temperature changes that could mean a problem is starting. That early warning, it's huge for these companies. They can schedule maintenance, fix it before it becomes a big deal, save time, money, and maybe even prevent a disaster out at sea.
That's incredible. Like a crystal ball, but for ship engines. But it's not just avoiding breakdowns, right? This is about making the whole process, like, super efficient.
Oh, absolutely. And that brings us to fuel optimization. We all know how those long drives can eat up gas, right? Now imagine a ship constantly figuring out the best route to use the least amount of fuel, based on weather, ocean currents, even traffic.
So it's like Waze, but for giant cargo ship.
Exactly, you got it. And the implications are huge, right? It saves the companies money, obviously.
Hmm.
But it also means way less pollution, wins all around.
Okay, and speaking of keeping things running smoothly, what about cargo tracking? I mean, we're all used to that with our online orders, but for shipping containers, crossing oceans.
Yeah, you could call it the Amazon effect, for sure. People want to know what's happening, and they want to know now. And IoT brings that to the shipping world. We're talking sensors that track everything: location, temperature, humidity, even how much the container is shaking around.
So no more wondering if your shipment of, I don't know, delicate flowers is wilting away somewhere.
Exactly. That's a thing of the past, especially important for food, medicine, anything sensitive. It's peace of mind for everyone and a game changer for businesses.
Okay, this next one, this feels like something out of a sci-fi movie. Smart ports. So imagine a port that's so connected, so smart, it can orchestrate the movement of ships like a ballet.
It's not sci-fi anymore, it's happening. These ports are using sensors, data, even AI to streamline everything. They can predict arrival times down to the minutes, make loading and unloading super efficient, and manage traffic so there are no bottlenecks.
So no more giant traffic jams at sea.
That's the goal. And again, more efficient means less wasted time, less money spent, less pollution.
Amazing. And finally, we have to talk about autonomous shipping. This is where things get really wild. Companies are testing self-driving ships now, powered by, you guessed it, IoT and AI.
It sounds futuristic, but the tech is advancing incredibly fast. These ships can navigate, avoid obstacles, even dock themselves, all without a human at the helm. It's a glimpse into the future, and it's closer than we think.
Okay, I'm officially mind blown. But let's take a step back for a minute and connect all these amazing applications to, like, the big picture. What does this all actually mean?
Well, at its core, IoT in shipping is about three things: efficiency, safety, and sustainability.
Okay, I'm listening.
By making things run smoother, cutting down on waste, finding better routes, we make the whole system more efficient.
And that means less cost for companies, faster deliveries for customers, and lower prices for everyone, right?
Exactly, you nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just about efficiency. IoT also makes shipping safer. Think about it: real-time data on weather, how the ship's doing, potential dangers. It helps crews make better decisions, avoid
It's
accidents.
like giving them an extra set of eyes and ears out there.
Exactly. And then, maybe the most important part, sustainability. By using less fuel, cutting down emissions, even helping ships avoid sensitive areas in the ocean, we can make this huge industry a lot less harmful to the environment.
It's amazing to see how technology can do all that, right? Not just improve business, but actually make the world better. But let's be real, there have to be challenges too, right? I mean, implementing all this cutting edge stuff, it can't be easy.
You're right, there are definitely hurdles to overcome. And one of the biggest is cybersecurity.
Oh, yeah, that's a scary thought. I mean, any system connected to the internet is vulnerable, right? But ships, ports, what if someone hacks into a giant cargo ship?
It's a nightmare scenario, but a real concern. A cyber attack could disrupt global trade, cause environmental damage, even put lives at risk.
Yeah. The stakes are high, so what are they doing to prevent that?
Well, companies are investing heavily in cybersecurity firewalls, intrusion detection systems, encryption. They're also training crews to be more aware of the threats, how to prevent them.
So it's a combination of tech and human awareness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's a constant battle because the threats are always evolving.
Always staying one step ahead. What other challenges are out there?
Well, there's the integration issue. You can't just slap the latest tech onto any old ship.
Ah, so it's not as simple as it sounds.
Not always. Older vessels often need complex engineering, serious investment to get them up to speed. And then there's the data problem. All those sensors, they generate a ton of data. Figuring out how to make sense of it all, turn it into something useful, that's a challenge in itself.
It's like drinking from a fire hose of information. But even with those challenges, the future of IoT and shipping seems pretty amazing. What are some of the things on the horizon that have you excited?
One of the most promising things is the integration of blockchain technology.
Okay, I know blockchain from like cryptocurrency and stuff, but how does that apply to shipping?
Imagine being able to track every single item in a container from its origin throughout its entire journey with complete certainty. That's the power of blockchain combined with IoT.
So it's like a digital fingerprint for every item, guaranteeing it's authentic and showing exactly where it's been.
You got it. It would be a game changer for fighting counterfeiting, ensuring ethical sourcing, and making customs a breeze.
That's incredible. What else are you keeping an eye on?
Another area I'm really excited about is the growing role of artificial intelligence. AI, we talked about it with self-driving ships, but it goes way beyond that.
So AI that can not only analyze all that data, but make decisions in real time.
Exactly. Like a super smart captain, but with the processing power of, well, a supercomputer.
That's wild.
And these AI systems wouldn't just react to things happening, they could predict them. Imagine an AI that sees port congestion coming and reroutes a ship to avoid it, or one that analyzes weather and recommends the most fuel-efficient route.
Like having a chess grandmaster planning your every move across the ocean. But all this incredible tech, it has to have some downsides, right? What about the impact on jobs? If ships are driving themselves and AI is making decisions, what happens to the people working in shipping?
That's a really important question, and one we need to be thinking about carefully as this technology develops. It's crucial to remember that automation doesn't necessarily mean eliminating jobs. It often means transforming them. Think about manufacturing. Robots took over a lot of tasks, but it also created new jobs in things like robotics engineering, software development.
So it's not humans versus robots, it's humans and robots working together in new ways.
Exactly. We'll need people to design, build, operate, and maintain these complex autonomous systems. We'll need people to analyze all the data those systems generate. And we'll still need human oversight to make sure everything runs smoothly and ethically.
So the future of shipping needs people who can combine traditional seafaring knowledge with cutting-edge tech skills.
You're right on the money. It's an exciting time to be in this industry, but it demands adaptability and openness to change. And that brings us to a crucial point. Technology is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
So it's our responsibility to make sure these advancements benefit everyone, not just a select few.
Absolutely. We need to be mindful of the potential for job displacement and make sure the benefits of automation are shared fairly. We need to think about the ethics of AI making decisions and make sure those decisions align with our values. And we need to make sure that all this efficiency and innovation doesn't come at the expense of the environment.
So it's not just about developing cool new tech, it's about using it responsibly to build a better future for everyone. And to all our listeners out there, I want to say this. Stay informed, stay curious, and be a part of this. The future of shipping is being shaped right now, and your voice matters.
The world is changing faster than ever, and the shipping industry is at the forefront of that change. Whether you're a shipping expert or just someone who likes getting their packages on time, the decisions we make today will shape the world of tomorrow.
Okay, we've thrown a lot of information at you, so let's take a minute to bring it back to your world. How do you see all this IoT stuff impacting your life? Directly, indirectly? What do you think?
The question worth pondering.
It is. We'll leave you with that thought-provoking question. Now, on to our final part.
That's a great question, and honestly, it already is, having a huge impact, even if you don't realize it.
Yeah, true.
Think about it. You order something online. You can track it, right?
Yeah.
From some warehouse across the world straight to your door.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. We kind of take that for granted now, but that's IoT in action.
It is. It's that whole web of sensors and data making it happen. But it's not just about packages. IoT is changing everything in shipping. How things move, how ports are managed, the whole thing.
Okay, so let's get specific. Say you're a logistics manager, right? Importing goods from overseas. How does IoT change your daily grind?
Well, think about it. In the old days, you'd be on the phone constantly, sending emails, trying to hunt down your shipments, get updates. It was slow. It was frustrating.
Yeah, I bet. Like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but the haystack is like the entire ocean.
Haha, exactly. But now, with IoT, it's a whole different world. You log into a platform, boom, there's a map, real time, showing you exactly where your containers are, what route they're on, when they'll arrive. Everything.
No more stressing, wondering if your stuff is lost at sea.
Nope, no more guessing games. All the info you need right there. And it's not just location either. You can see the condition of the cargo too. Temperature, humidity, even if it's getting jostled around.
So for things like food or medicine, that's got to be huge. You know those avocados are staying perfectly chilled.
It's a game changer, especially in today's world where everything's so interconnected.
Absolutely. Okay, so logistics managers are loving it. What about the ports themselves? How's IoT shaking things up there?
Port operators, man, they have a tough job. Imagine trying to coordinate thousands of containers coming and going every day, keeping everything running smoothly.
Like conducting an orchestra, but with giant ships instead of instruments.
Huh. Perfect analogy. And just like a conductor, they need precision, coordination. IoT gives them the tools for that. They use sensors to track containers, optimize traffic flow, even automate stuff like loading and unloading.
So they're turning the whole port into a giant interconnected machine.
Basically. And everyone benefits, right? Faster turnaround times, quicker deliveries, smoother operations all around.
It sounds like a win-win. But what about the people actually out on the water? The captains, the crews. How's IoT impacting their lives?
For them, it's all about safety and making better decisions. They've got these advanced systems now, giving them real-time data on everything, weather, how the ship's performing, potential hazards.
So instead of relying on gut instinct, they've got hard data to back up their decisions.
Exactly. Early warnings about storms, rerouting to avoid heavy traffic, even alerts about possible pirate activity. It's like a virtual co-pilot, constantly analyzing things, helping them stay safe and efficient.
So the bridge of the ship is becoming a high-tech command center.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's not just about navigation and safety. The sensors can monitor the ship itself, too. Let the crew know if something's not right.
Catch a leaky pipe before it floods the engine room, that sort of thing.
Precisely. Preventative maintenance, so you avoid those big, costly repairs down the line.
Okay, so we've seen how this impacts logistics managers, port operators, even the crews on board. But earlier, you mentioned something about green IoT solutions. What's that all about?
Right. So we all know shipping has a big environmental impact. Burning all that fuel to move stuff around. Not exactly eco-friendly.
Yeah, not the best for the planet.
It's true. But IoT is starting to offer some solutions, like sensors that monitor fuel consumption and emissions in real time.
So like a Fitbit for ships?
Exactly. Instead of steps, they're tracking carbon. And that data can be used to optimize routes, slow down when needed, even tweak engine settings to use less fuel and pollute less.
So it's not just smarter ships, it's greener ships.
Exactly. And it goes beyond fuel efficiency. You have sensors that monitor water quality, detect oil spills.
So we're protecting the oceans, too.
Exactly. And we're even seeing experiments with ships that run on renewable energy, like wind and solar.
Wow, that's really thinking outside the box. Or, outside the container, I guess. So the future of shipping isn't just about efficiency and automation, it's about sustainability, too.
It is. That's what makes this field so exciting. It's not just small improvements. It's about fundamentally changing how we move things around the world, making it both economically viable and environmentally responsible.
That's a really encouraging message. So for everyone out there worried about the impact of globalization, it sounds like IoT offers some hope.
It definitely does. It's not a magic solution, of course, but it's a powerful tool to move us towards a more sustainable future.
This is a fascinating topic. I feel like we could talk about this for hours.
Me too. But I think we've given everyone a good overview of the key things happening in this field.
Okay, so to wrap things up, I want to bring it back to you, the listener. How do you see IoT impacting your life? Directly, indirectly? What are your thoughts?
Something to think about.
Okay, so we've gone deep on how IoT is already changing things. Smart ships, intelligent ports, even making things a bit greener.
Right, and all that, that's just the beginning.
Yeah.
What we've talked about, it's amazing, sure, but it's just a glimpse of what's coming.
Okay, color me intrigued. Lay it on me. What's next? What's your crystal ball showing you for the next, say, 5 to 10 years? What's the big wave everyone needs to be ready for?
You want to talk big waves.
Yeah.
Fully autonomous shipping. That's the one to watch. We touched on it, those self-driving ships Rolls-Royce is testing. That's not just a cool demo, that's a sign of things to come.
Okay, so picture this. Giant cargo ships crossing oceans, no captain, no crew, just sensors and computers making all the decisions. Kind of freaky, but also kind of awesome, right?
It is. But here's the thing. It's not like they just throw some sensors on a regular ship and let her rip. These autonomous ships, they're designed with backups on backups. Like fail-safe systems for the fail-safe systems.
So even if something goes wrong, there's another system ready to kick in, no big disaster.
You got it. And think about it. One of the biggest causes of accidents at sea, human error. Take that out of the equation, and autonomous shipping might actually be safer. Of course, there'll still be people monitoring everything from land, ready to step in if needed.
Okay, that makes me feel better. So we've got these super safe, self-driving ships sailing around. What else is cooking in the world of, like, maritime innovation?
Well, artificial intelligence, AI, is going to be huge. We talked about how it can analyze data, right?
Yeah.
But take that a step further. AI systems making complex decisions in real time about routes, cargo, risks.
So, like, not just crunching numbers, but actually making judgment calls, like a captain, but with a supercomputer brain.
Exactly. And not just reacting to things happening, but predicting them. Imagine an AI that sees a port's going to be jammed up and reroutes the ship to a different one. Saves time, fuel, headaches. Or one that analyzes weather and figures out the best speed and course to use the least fuel possible.
Like a chess grandmaster, strategizing your every move across the ocean. Okay, but gotta ask. All this amazing tech, what about the downside? What about jobs? If ships are driving themselves, AI is making decisions, what happens to the people who work in shipping?
It's the big question, right? And it's one we need to think about very seriously. But here's the thing to remember. Automation doesn't always mean losing jobs. It often means changing them. Look at what happened in factories. Robots came in, took over a lot of the repetitive work, but then you had new jobs in robotics and programming, all that.
So it's not humans versus robots, it's humans figuring out how to work with robots.
Exactly. We'll need people to design, build, operate, and maintain these autonomous systems, analyze all the data they generate, and still have human oversight to make sure everything's running smoothly and ethically.
So the shipping industry of the future, it needs people who can blend the old school seafaring knowledge with these new high-tech.
The world is changing faster than ever, and the shipping industry is right at the heart of that change. Whether you're a shipping expert or you just like getting your packages on time, the choices we make today are going to shape the world of tomorrow.
We hope this deep dive has given you a glimpse into what's coming, the exciting stuff, the challenges. It's a lot to take in, but remember, knowledge is power. The more we understand about all this, the better prepared we'll be for whatever's ahead.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Keep learning, keep questioning, keep exploring.
And that wraps up our deep dive into the future of shipping. Hope you found it insightful, maybe even a little mind-blowing. Until next time, fair winds and following seas.